Adolf Hitler was born on April 20, 1889, in Braunau am Inn, a small town in Austria-Hungary, present-day Austria. His father, Adolf Hitler, was a strict and abusive man, while his mother, Clara Hitler, was a caring and nurturing woman. Adolf had 4 siblings, but only one Paula survived to adulthood. Hitler's early life was marked by mediocrity and failure. He dropped out of school at a young age and aspired to become an artist, but his applications to Vienna's Academy of Fine Arts were rejected twice. He struggled to make a living and lived in poverty for several years. When World War I broke out in 1914, Hitler eagerly enlisted in the German army. He served as a corporal and was stationed on the Western Front. During the war, he displayed bravery and received several awards. But he was also deeply affected by Germany's defeat and the harsh terms of the Treaty of Versailles that followed. After the war, Hitler returned to Munich and joined a far-right political group called the German Workers' Party DAP. He quickly rose through the ranks and became the party's spokesperson. In 1920, the party was renamed the National Socialist German Workers' Party NSDAP, better known as the Nazi Party. Hitler's powerful oratory skills and charisma attracted a growing number of followers. He blamed Germany's problems on various scapegoats, including Jews, communists, and other minority groups, and promised to restore Germany to its former glory. During the 1920s, the Nazi Party gained popularity, but was still a fringe group in German politics. However, the Great Depression of 1929 hit Germany hard, leading to widespread unemployment and economic turmoil. The Nazis capitalized on the discontent, and their support surged. In 1933, the Nazis won a significant number of seats in the German parliament, the Reichstag. President Paul von Hindenburg appointed Hitler as Chancellor of Germany on January 30, 1933, believing he could control him. However, Hitler skillfully consolidated power, marginalized political opponents, and suspended civil liberties, effectively transforming Germany into a one-party dictatorship. Hitler's regime quickly moved to eliminate political opposition and establish a totalitarian state. The Enabling Act of 1933 gave Hitler dictatorial powers, allowing him to enact laws without the need for parliamentary approval. He disbanded trade unions, banned opposition parties, and purged potential rivals within his own party through events like the Night of the Long Knives in 1934. Hitler also implemented a propaganda machine led by Joseph Goebbels to control the narrative and manipulate public opinion. The Nazis used propaganda to demonize Jews, promote Aryan supremacy, and glorify Hitler as the savior of Germany. Hitler's foreign policy was expansionist and aggressive. He aimed to reclaim territories lost in World War I and create a greater German empire. In 1936, he remilitarized the Rhineland, breaking the Treaty of Versailles, but faced little opposition from other European powers. In 1938, Hitler annexed Austria, the Anschluss, without any significant resistance from the international community. Later that year, he pressured the leaders of Czechoslovakia to cede the Sudetenland to Germany, arguing it was to protect the German-speaking population. Body text European leaders, seeking to avoid war, appeased Hitler in the Munich Agreement. On September 1, 1939, Hitler's forces invaded Poland, triggering the start of World War II. Germany's military successes in the early years of the war, including the Blitzkrieg tactics, led to the occupation of numerous countries across Europe. During this time, the Nazis implemented their genocidal policies, most notably the Holocaust, in which 6 million Jews, along with millions of other minorities, were systematically murdered in concentration camps and extermination centers. The tide of the war turned against Germany in 1942, with major defeats in Stalingrad and North Africa. In April 1945, with Allied forces surrounding Berlin, Hitler retreated to his underground bunker beneath the Reich Chancellery. On April 30, 1945, as the Soviet Red Army approached, Hitler committed suicide by ingesting cyanide and shooting himself in the head. His longtime companion, Eva Braun, whom he had married the day before, also took cyanide and died alongside him. With Hitler's death, Germany surrendered unconditionally on May 7, 1945, marking the end of World War II in Europe. The Nazi leadership faced the Nuremberg trials for crimes against peace, war crimes, and crimes against humanity. As the tide of the war turned against Germany, and Allied forces closed in, Hitler's mental and physical health deteriorated. On April 30, 1945, with Berlin surrounded by Soviet forces, Hitler committed suicide in his underground bunker. His death marked the end of the Third Reich and the eventual surrender of Germany in May 1945. Adolf Hitler's legacy is one of horror and infamy, as he was responsible for the deaths of millions during World War II, including 6 million Jews in the Holocaust. His ideology and actions remain a chilling reminder of the dangers of unchecked authoritarianism and extremist beliefs. The atrocities committed under his regime have left an indelible mark on history, leading to the establishment of international laws and institutions aimed at preventing such horrors from happening again.